if you are seeing us on the big screen.
And by big screen, he means a projector in a dim-lit classroom.
This could only be concluded as one thing.
Box
and bulb
are back for a brand new series, Personality Psych Talk.
In case you do not know who we are two robots that talk about psychology-related topics depending on what classes our human enlists in.
I'm your low-budget robot, Box.
And I am the highly advanced and intricately programmed, Bulb.
To make this simpler, he's a Mac and I'm a PC.
Actually, we are more like androids.
We might want to skip those details. No point in confusing them so early on. Next thing you know, they'll be questioning whether or not we have souls.
Good point, Box. It would be best to avoid that kind of attention.
So before we make this into a Calvinism versus Arminianism debate, let's take a look at what we will be going over in our brief period of time.
Today we will be discussing the psychologist Carl Jung and his connection between dreams and human personality.
I hope you guys are ready for an inception. Because you might be dreaming.
Box, please refrain from scaring our audience.
Fine.
Jung divided the psyche into 3 parts.
The ego, which is the conscious part of the mind.
The personal unconscious, which are things that are not presently conscious but could be.
And finally, the part of his 3-part division that makes his theory stand out from the rest, the collective unconscious.
It is a reservoir of knowledge from past experiences, especially the emotional ones.
This only shows up in certain places. One of them we'll be discussing. Dreams.
The contents of this collective unconsciousness are called archetypes. These are formless symbols that contain unlearned experiences that especially deal with ourselves.
Think about it like this. When you dream, you are talking to yourself. Your collective unconscious is making contact with you through these archetypes in your dreams. I know, it's pretty crazy.
You may recall certain events, places, or people that appeared in your dreams. These are archetypes that ultimately point back to you and your experiences. Some of these archetypes are the shadow, the hero, the maiden, the wise old man, and the father, to name a few.
Man, that's weird. I can remember some of those things being in my dreams.
Really? Can you recall one of those dreams for us, Box?
Well, I was this awesome hero who was rescuing a poor damsel in distress with the help of a wise old man while trying to stop my evil father from taking over the galaxy.
I think you were just up late last night watching Star Wars. But if this was a dream, then let us, quote-unquote, interpret it for you.
Sounds fair enough. So if everything in our dreams is us talking to ourselves, then everything in the dream is me?
Yes, that is correct, Box. So the hero was you.
Darn straight, son.
Then so was the wise old man.
Huh?
And so was the evil father.
Now I wouldn't say that.
And, as awkward as it sounds, you were also the maiden in distress.
That's just insulting.
Calm down, Box. I was not implying that you were ladylike, but let's take a look at what we know.
Sigh. Fine.
The hero represents the ego, which is your conscious side. The wise old man represents the teacher who is revealing the nature of the collective unconscious. The maiden is a symbol of purity and innocence.
Okay, I can see how these make sense. But I have an evil father in the dream. What the heck does that mean?
Well, you have an interesting mix. You see, chap, the father represents authority, and the evil in him, or the shadow, is the evil you are capable of doing.
So what you may be implying is that the evil father represents an evil authority? Like a cruel tyrant.
You are catching on quickly, old bean. Now you try to interpret it.
Well, if all of those people in my dream were me, then I guess I am trying to save my innocence from my own evil authority by understanding what the collective unconsciousness is really all about.
Very good.
But what the heck does that even mean?
I cannot say for certain, Box. Only you can figure out what that means.
I'm gonna need more RAM for this one.
Now we have come to the part where we address the humans.
So make like cameras and take this in.
We have discussed archetypes and how they relate to us in the aspect of our dreams.
While we may not have had all the time we needed to show you every single archetype, we have shown you a few of these to help give you an understanding of what an archetype is.
Think about some of the dreams you have had in the past or even just recently. What do they mean to you?
How does it affect the way you look at yourself? Are there some unresolved problems in your life you need to resolve?
Well, friends, I'm afraid that is all the time we can spare for you. We hope that this has helped you in your understanding of Carl Jung's theory of personality.
Yup, and now I'm off to have a Lord of the Rings marathon.
Oh goodness, it looks like you will be dreaming of Middle-earth tonight. I can hardly imagine what you will be telling yourself this time.
I'm beginning to think that you are my shadow bulb.
How rude.
Thanks for watching, everyone. We'll see you next time for part 2. But before we go, here is the best video ever.